Hey guys, welcome back to Hush. I'm Talking Babe, where I talk and you listen. Hello everybody. We're back with episode 6. We're still doing this again. Every week I get surprised that I'm still doing this. But it's because I really, really love it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even care. Like, at this point, I don't even look at how many views. I realize I need to stop looking at how many views the episodes are getting, how many listens they're getting on Spotify and stuff like that, because it demotivates me, but it also at the same time motivates me to keep doing it, because it's only been a month and I should not feel demotivated to stop this if I'm not getting 10k views in a month. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just glad to be here. How we feeling? Like, let's do a check-in. How we doing, guys? Like, it's a new year soon. We're in the first week of December. I can't believe it's December. This year has gone so fast, but so slow. Like, you get what I mean when I say that. And Christmas is soon, and New Year's is soon, and, you know, things are starting to happen. 2025. I've been saying since like 2020 that 2025 is going to be my year. Like, I actually can't wait. I really want to move into a new year, because, child, what a year it's been. What a year it has been. This week's episode, guys, I think I'm going to title it, So You Don't Want to Be a Doctor, Lawyer, or Engineer. Yeah. Mommy, I want to be an actor. Yeah, girl. Like, honestly, I feel like I've been wanting to talk about like something like this for a while. Because I know billions of people, not billions, but because I know a lot of people who want to do the same things as me. And yeah, you know, a big reason why I started this podcast is because I wanted a space to talk about how, you know, we can defy, you know, expectations, and how we can push past guilt of what other people think, and just creating a space for people who want to follow their dreams and need the motivation to do that. This episode, I guess, is just me talking about how to not care about what other people think, other people being, you know, people who are very inner in your life, like family members or people who are close to you who don't do the same thing as you, how you can push yourself to do what you want to do, despite what other people think, I guess. So the reason why I'm saying, you know, so you don't want to be a doctor, lawyer, or engineer is because, you know, in Nigerian culture, commonly, and I know in a lot of other African cultures, it is a thing of where, you know, you get raised and they want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, or engineer. The moment, you know, you got aunties and around your parents and they're asking, what does your kid do? You know they want to say that their child is a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. That's what they are. That's what they want to be proud of. Do you know what I mean? And anything else is like nothing to them. For me, I've always said I want to be an actor. Like, from, I think, I'm going to tell a little story. So when I was, I think 7, we were doing a Christmas play, and I remember my best friend at the time, like my primary school bestie, like me and her, we were like very much singy. Like, we would sing in the playground and we would dance to Rihanna. Like, there was a speaker that used to play in our playground, and we would just dance to Rihanna and JLS. And yeah, I was a loud and talkative and jumpy, bubbly girl. Like, I was always that girl who was like making noise. I was kind of a class clown. I wasn't a quiet girl. Yeah, I love to be the center of attention. And I remember when this play happened, she was like, we should sign up. And I was like, I don't know. Just like, you know, just get on stage and like be a character. And I remember like we had one line to say. And the moment I got on that stage, like the way, I don't know, I can still remember this feeling, which is the craziest thing to me. Like, the way I just felt like a new person is indescribable. Like, I said this one line, it sounds so like cringy, I guess, but I said this one line and I was like, wow, like this is really fun. And then the next day we got like they told us who got the roles and stuff, and I was Angel Gabrielle, And yeah, I had the best, like, I just remember, like, I found it so fun getting in this little dress that they made me and like singing and like having like my own moment. Like, I was like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. How do I do this? Oh, acting is a thing. Oh, you can make it a career. And since then, that's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. Before that, I wanted to do something creative. I remember I wanted to be an inventor. Like, I wanted to create stuff, like make a machine. Remember, I tried to make a jetpack when I was in nursery. Yeah, so I've always wanted to create, make, tell, you know. And because of that, because I've been saying that, I think it was never a surprise to my mum. Like, I was always telling her that I wanted to be an actor. I remember in secondary school, we had to do like a presentation of like what we want our futures to look like. And I remember people were saying like they were picking unis that they wanted to go to, like Oxford, Cambridge. For me, I said I wanted to go to UCLA because I wanted to move to LA so I could become an actor. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never really wanted to go to uni. And that was in year 8. I remember that was like year 7, year 8. And because of that, like, I remember when it got to year 11 now, and we're picking choices for sixth form, I was really, really stuck. Like, I remember this was a time in my life where, this is a time in my life where I had no motivation to do anything because I was in a grammar school and it was very much academic and the people around me were incredibly academic. And I myself do love academics, but I just knew it wasn't what I wanted to do forever. Like, I didn't want to study something that I was not interested in for a really, really long time. I had no intention to go to uni. And I felt like a bum because I was like, what am I doing with myself? Even though I was 16, I still felt like a bum. Like, I was like, I have no aspirations. Like, why can't I be like everybody else? But it's because I did have aspirations. They were just different than everybody else's. So remember that when you see yourself doing things different than other people, remember that you're not a loser. You're not a loser. You're not someone, you're not a bum. You're just a little bit different. Like, you just want to do something different. And that's okay because everyone has their own path. And I think I needed to realize it back then. I know that now, but back then I didn't know that. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I remember I applied to Brit School. The audition was in lockdown, but lockdown was a rough time. So I didn't care enough and I didn't get in. And then after that, I remember in my head, I was like, if I don't get into Brit School, I'm dropping out. Like, I'm dropping out of school. I'm not doing anything. Like, I literally did not want to do anything. And then, this is a whole storyline of my life, but yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I was at a standstill. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to do something to do with acting and film, but there was nowhere else to do it that was free. And then I found the school that I went to, which is a film school, which wasn't acting, but it had everything to do with film and TV. And that made me fall in love with everything else that I want to do with creating things and making my own stories. And in the future, I want to be a director and I want to be a writer as well. And that school, like, literally, I can say, surrounded me around other like-minded people, and it gave me so much passion, and I actually transformed myself in that school. And it also gave me so many different networking. Like, I networked a lot and I made a lot of really good connections, and I've started making the moves, and I know the people around me are also getting into the industry as well. And I think that school was a very big part of it. Like, it has given so many people different opportunities. I'm not even gonna, because I don't want to like say what schools I went to because I don't know, but I can say for a fact that that school was a big part of me being comfortable in myself, in what I want to do, and also making like my mum, for example, be comfortable in what I want to do. And she's like my biggest fan now. So in conclusion, that was the only thing I ever wanted to do. And I'm thankful that my journey after leaving like formal education had everything to do with my career because, number one, it inspired me more and it showed me there's different ways to go about making a career for yourself. My journey has not really been traditional, but it also I'm trapped. I got no degree to my name. I don't have 3 traditional A levels. I have 1 English Lit and Lang and a film and TV course that is like 2 to 3 years old because it is a recent diploma. And I always thought I'd stay academic babe when I was in secondary school because my parents, being the Nigerian parents they are, education was like, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I am the black sheep of the family. I am the weird one. Like everything I do is different, and they've accepted that now, but it took a while to get there because I just stopped caring. I was like, I cannot live my life doing what other people want me to do. Like, I have to do what I want to do. So even though my journey is not traditional, like, it's put me in the deep end because now there's literally no way out. Like, everything I have to my name is to do with creative stuff. So I just have to become one. There's no I have no plan B. Like, this is the only thing I'm qualified for. So like, I think, yeah, this is really for the people who they want to do that, but they are, they have people's opinions in their life telling them that, they need a backup plan. And don't take my advice, but take my advice. Because I think it's important to have a backup plan. I do have a backup plan, but also my backup plan is also like needs a backup plan. So I don't really know. But I do have a backup plan. Like, that does include having more. Even though it's in the creative industries, it's still to do with traditional jobs. But I try and not allow myself to, fall into like that so quickly, because I have faith in myself that I am going to become who I want to become. And I know a lot of people who are in university at the moment who their dreams are to be something creative, to be an actor, to be a model, to be a singer, to be a dancer. And their parents said that they need to go to uni. They need to get a degree first and then they can pursue their career. And that is fine. Like, listen, it is actually fine. Like, it's okay, because we are still young. If you are my age or around my age, we are still young and you still have time to do everything you want to do. The world does not end at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, or even 25. Like, life does not end there. You do not need to be a millionaire by 25. I want to be a millionaire by 25, but you don't have to be. And it's okay if I'm not one. Because life is not all about that. Life is not, like, once you say you made it to see Millie Bobby Brown. Sorry, this just popped in my head. You see, I always talk about Millie Bobby Brown as an example because Millie Bobby Brown started her career when she was like 13, right? And she became a millionaire very quickly. She became a millionaire before she was 18. So once she became a millionaire, there's nothing else to do. That's why she's like super mature, but like also like, I don't know. I'm not going to talk too much on her because I don't know her as a person. But my point is, she's already married to Bon Jovi's son. And she's like 20, 21. She's married. She's probably going to have her kid before 25. And it's because she's done everything she wanted to achieve before she turned 18. Like, she became a millionaire super young. So what's left to do is to get married and have kids, because there's more, like, so what my point is that if you do become a millionaire by 25, then what next? You know what I mean? Like, you start kids, you have family. So there's still what I'm trying to say is that there's still time. Like, life is not all about that, because once you hit your goal, what's next? Like, what do you have next for yourself? What do you need now to fulfill yourself and make you happy? What I was trying to say is that going back to people who are in university, like, this is for you guys, because I know uni is hard. I visited some of my friends in uni and they don't like what they're doing. They're not happy with what they're doing. They don't know what they want to do, but all they know is that they don't enjoy it. And I can't speak for the uni experience because I don't have one. But listening to them, I know it's difficult being somewhere that, you know, you're not completely satisfied with, and you know you want to do something different, or you don't even know what you want to do. It's actually okay, because there's time. There really is time. And also, all of my understanding of things is listening to other people's life experiences, because I have friends who are 25, 26, and they went to uni and they came back and they graduated and they have masters, and now they're pursuing the same thing as me. And we're different ages and we have different journeys, but I know they're gonna make it. I know they're gonna make it. But my point is that they have a whole degree in their bag. They got a degree, they got a master's, you know, they have everything, and they can still do more because there's still time. And it doesn't make you unsuccessful. It just means that you've had different journeys, you have more knowledge, and you can gain that knowledge in uni, and you can gain that knowledge out of uni. So yeah, that's my take on it. Like, I do want to go at some point, maybe study, get a degree on something that I'm interested in, but I don't want to pursue, just because I like to expand my knowledge. But for now, I want to focus on what I want to do. And to anyone who is not in uni, who's done the same thing as me, understand that it's okay. Because lately, honestly, I have been so stressed about, like, I'm just like, why? Like, why did I choose this for myself? Why are things not happening for me now? And I've talked about this before, and I'll say it maybe in every episode, because it plays in my head every day, and it's like, what's for you is meant for you. So I'm just waiting for my time to come. Do you know what I mean? And I know it's going to come, and I know your time is going to come as well. So just hang on, honestly. But to my fellow creatives who are watching this as well, this is also for you. Like, people my age who decided not to go to uni, who are freelancing, who are doing their own thing, and you're doing a lot of unpaid work, and you're creating your own work, and it's not getting the traction you want. Understand that it takes time to build your career. You're building a portfolio. Like, I've listened to videos of, like, lately Tyler saying stuff like this. I saw a clip of him saying that you never know who's watching. Like, he found Rex Orange County on YouTube and had like 3 views, and he was one of those views, and he collabed with him, and he was like, this is amazing. Like, why does this not have more views? Like, you never know who's watching. So keep making your work, because people are preying you and you don't know it. Like, keep doing it. And I think it's really difficult to like actually convince people that you're growing, like, in terms of your career and in terms of your goals. You're growing. It's really hard to convince people, like parents or like aunties and uncles, that you are actually pursuing what you're pursuing. Like, you actually don't need to convince anyone. You just have to do it. And I know everyone's situation is different. Some people, some parents, they will actually not help you if you don't do what they want you to do. If you don't get your biomedical science degree, they won't help you out if you don't do what they say. So I think to those people, hold on as well, because you're learning something new, even though it might not be something you want, but you have that in your bag, like I said, and there's still time for that. There's still time for you to pursue your dreams. And I also am a big believer in, like, no matter what, like, there's all these different timelines, and there's all these different paths, and you will end up exactly where you're supposed to be in the exact time, no matter what path you take. And I feel like a big example of that is, for me, is like, I remember when I was looking for unis, I was like, I don't want to go to drama school because that's 3 years and I want to be famous now. I'm not famous. But I didn't want to go. There's also other reasons why I didn't want to go. Number one, I feel like drama schools are very traditional. I feel like other people are making it in different ways, and there was more I wanted to do. And drama school is just like, I just knew it wasn't for me. And I still stand by my choice, but I think one of the bad things that I thought was, like, it takes 3 years and that's such a long time. It's not a long time, because it's been I would be in second year right now. And, you know, I'm okay. Like, so I think that idea of like 3 years is such a long time. I think that was my mindset back then. But like, I don't know where I'm gonna be next year. And I'll be the age of me finishing uni, and I probably would be in that same place if I was in uni. I'm a big believer in your timeline is your timeline, and no matter if you went to uni, came back, got a master's, came back, traveled, came back, had a baby, came back, you would still be in that same position, because what's for you is meant for you. I feel like I should put that on a shirt, you know, like honestly, I live by that statement. Because yeah, like I just realized that whenever I do something and I'm trying to rush stuff, it doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen. Me trying to force things, it does nothing but cause me stress. Like, you just have to wait on it and your time will come. In conclusion, there is really no way of convincing people that you're making it until you make it. And then when they want to call you and ask you for money, ignore them. You don't actually need to convince anyone, but just know that you got you and that you're doing it. And no matter what position you are in, if you're in a place that you don't want to be because you actually have no choice, understand that this is your journey, and the things that you're learning in this position where you're at, you will take with you. It will grow you a thicker skin. It will give you a different perspective of life, and you can use all of that to build on what you want to actually build on. I think I'm kind of done with the conversation now. Like, I don't want to ramble on too much because I don't want my episodes to be more than like 35 minutes long. Like, I would not listen to a 40-minute long podcast, so why am I going to force anyone else to? But yeah, guys, honestly, trust yourself and ignore other people's opinions. I know it's easier said than done, but if you don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, it's okay. And your career is a real career, despite what other people think. If you didn't go to uni, it's okay. If you went straight into work, it's okay. If you didn't finish school, it's okay. If you are a freelancer, it's okay. Take the jobs while you can. And well done for doing that, because I want to be a freelancer and it's so scary. So anyone who's freelancing right now, shout out to you, because you're cool, you know? If you are working in a place you don't want to work, it's okay, because your time will come. Like, stop listening to other people's opinions and just do you, because when you do make it and they call you back, you can block them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I like this episode because I love talking about this stuff, because like, that's the story of my life. Like, saying to people you want to be an actor, people are like, oh, here we go again. Like, she wants to be an actor, she wants to be famous, da 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 da. It's more than that, and I know it's more than that, but I don't need to explain it to you. So yeah, I just love talking on these type of topics. Like, being a creative is hard. Being something that is like so in the stars is hard, but like, I know me, like, I know I'm gonna make it. Like, because there's nothing else I want to do, there's nothing else I have in my bag, this is all I got. Like, if I don't make it, I have no other plans. Like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do if I don't. So I have to believe that I am. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm heavy on just diving into things. Put yourself in the deep end and swim your way back up, even if you can't swim. So yeah, I guess that concludes the end of this episode, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna start Janeyways next week. So in my first episode, if you listen to it, I wanted to do a segment at the end of the podcast called Janeyways, where people ask questions and I answer them at the end of the podcast, even if it doesn't have anything to do with the episode, because I want to give out some life advice. Do I have enough life to give life advice? No. But, you know, I feel like I just love giving advice, and it's always good to hear another person's perspective. So yeah, so if you do get to the end of this podcast, I am going to put it on my story as well. I'm going to post it somewhere where you can DM me, or you can send a note or whatever of like a situation you're in, and possibly I'll be able to give you advice and speak on it. Or it can be the topic of another episode, because there's only so many things I can talk about and I need other people's perspectives to talk about different conversations. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye guys.